Oh, that started quick. They sped it up somehow. Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream to 301. Yeah, I'm really in the dizzy today. That's Susan's fault. She sent me the 200th episode saying the intro was the same. No, the number increases by 100 each time. Okay, I'm not too sure if the audio is working out there. Let me know on the side chat because Windows still managed to sneak an update just before. So, how is everybody out there? Looks like it's sounding alright this end, but I don't hear the clicking. So we're a bit late because there was some discussion on Discord before the show. We have a pre-show and an after-show. Thanks, Micks. Let us know if it starts crackling because it's a bug in the mixer software. Unfortunately, we don't know what causes it. We can limit it happening, but it always seems to come up randomly. I think it depends on the audio sources. It's almost like a certain frequency triggers it. I don't know. It always seems to happen with Mick West videos for some reason. Hello, good to be back. Good to be back. I'll be back. Okay, let's have some fun debunking stuff, analyzing stuff I should say. No hardcore swearing in the side chats, and the mods will take care of you otherwise, and no trolling, no self-promotion, no promoting your own channels unless you got permission, of course. It's always best to ask first, because if you're a fraud channel promoting, we don't want that. That's the bane of our existence, is trying to get rid of these guys. Hey, looks like it's all come back to the desktop okay here. It's amazing, the CPU's 12%, I don't believe it. I think they may have optimized the code on the admin panel. I think all the chats, something's happened. Sped up. Okay. So I better type up the welcome message. Hey Charles, how's it going? Susan. John? What's John doing up? Ken? All the regulars are here. And a few extras. Oh, right. Just to let you know, it's my birthday week, but I don't normally let people know which day it is because of security reasons. It could be today, it could have been yesterday, or it could be tomorrow. Or similar. But yeah, another year older. That sucks. I used to like birthdays, younger days, when you used to get lots of presents and food and parties and cakes, but nowadays it's just like, oh dear, another year gone already. It's 301, so we're on to the new heading of reaching 400 streams. So Saturday debunks, vid analysis. We've got some stupidity to deal with again. You've probably seen the list. We'll see how we get through it. I have to say that Susan's been an incredible help to the channel since she's discovered us. And She's quite intelligent, or very intelligent, because she seems to pick up everything I tell her. So she'll probably be starting her own channel soon, like John started his, and competing. I don't know. She's got her tourist that she does her tours with a friend and records everything. So if you're not seeing her channel, she might tell you what it is. I think she might have it in her Discord channel if you're not seeing her roaming the world videos. She's yet to add Australia, I think, and New Zealand to the list. She did Scotland, but she hasn't done Wales. Do all the haunted towns of UK, maybe. See if you can document apparition. Yeah, those Texan lads, they don't know what they missed out there on a Susanator, did they? I think you would have made a good mum, actually. You haven't got kids, have you? I think you said. But yeah, I think you would have been a good mother. You certainly would have trained your kids to be critical thinkers, I think. Same as I would if I had kids. Because I don't want them to end up being like the Drongo PlayStation Generation M's that don't even want to think about how they could write the games themselves. Because when I saw the games, I thought, oh yeah, it's fun playing it, but I want to make one myself. So when the first 8-bit micro came out, I thought, how can I learn all this stuff? Who's going to teach me? No one. So you got to do it through books and magazines. Back then we didn't have the internet. The internet's a great resource tool for researching, and everybody does these tutorial videos now online. Shows you things, and you can improve on what they've done. And yeah, it's just amazing how the world's changed in such a short time. So yeah, JD80, I think you've probably been around for a few years now too. It's good seeing you on here again. I thought maybe we lost you there for a time, because people come and go, right? Yeah, so I didn't think you had kids, so I think I remembered you saying so, but sometimes I get it wrong. Yeah. Maybe you need to get out there and find a new man. Maybe you can move to UK and get away from the crazy USA if elections go crazy. I'd say I'm quite happy in New Zealand here. Although I don't like the Prime Minister that we've got here. She's a wee bit of a weasel. She could have done the lockdown a lot different. So we're already locked down on again on level 2 here, which only allows 100 people per business, which is stupid because someone infected people down in Queenstown, some tourist, and they simply locked down the whole country and just putting roadblocks around that particular section of the country would have made more sense, rather than locking down the whole country so it affects all businesses. That's just my opinion, of course, but yeah, maybe I should run for Prime Minister. I don't think we've even got any decent parties to vote for in New Zealand. I wanted to vote for the Internet Party because undo some of the spying stuff that was rushed in. But I don't think they're running. People should have got behind them and at least get one people in the Parliament, because we got the MMP system over here where small parties can actually make a difference, and you can have your say through that party member. But yeah, this is not a political channel, so I'll move on. Yeah, we got a great bunch of people here, a lot of critical thinkers slowly joining us here, which is what we need. Me, I'm a technical and science person. I haven't got time to read all the different novels and books out there. If I did that, I would never have any time for the internet. But probably in the when I was a kid, I used to read more books, magazines mostly, science magazines and that sort of stuff. But and of course paranormal magazines. Because there wasn't really much on TV back then. You can imagine the old TVs that we used to have were actually made of wood. A complete fire risk, because you could look in the back of them, you could see all the valves glowing. What's a valve? It's like a transistor, but it's like big as your foot. So yeah, from the 70s to what we got now, it's just amazing. And now they're talking about nano-size circuitry. It just boggles your mind. And now they've got solid-state drives that can store 120 terabytes. And the maximum size hard drive we've got is only nearing 30 terabytes, I think. They promised that size 5 years ago, and it never happened. Because they've probably got it worked out right, but they know they're not going to recover the research and development costs. So they roll it out slowly to the public. It's a bit like what was it now? Something I noticed they actually had perfected that we talked about last live stream. What was it now? That 120 megapixel camera, right? That was back in 2015, and they talked about 8K TV back then. And I think now 8K TV's only just rolled out this year, wasn't it? Or was it last year? So it took them a few years before it even hit the market, as far as I can see. And make it cheap enough and affordable enough, maybe. Maybe it was available to the elite rich, maybe. So yeah, it always takes about 3 or 5 years to see the technical advances come out to the public, and of course supply and demand makes it cost effective, right? It's like hard drives. The 120 terabyte solid state drive that fits in a laptop, by the way. Let's see. Costs something like 36,000 US dollars at the moment. Probably in a year or two, it'll be like $300. And everybody can buy one for the laptop. And you can store all the TV shows in the world on there, going back 20 years probably. So probably Google will be into that. They'll be making arrays of these terabyte drives to keep up with the demand of growing storage. And of course, the alternative video streams will also be into that sort of technology. Data banks of these massive drives. So yeah. Anyway, this is some of the stuff I've been looking and researching and looking into it recently, which you may not known about. But yeah, I do post stuff like that on Discord. I don't always bring it to the live channel. Because not everybody's interested in computer technology advances. Although it affects the UFO fields, right? So yeah, better carry on. So the first up is this Russian UAP. Probably play Lion's Ground video here. He normally has it super loud though. Actually, I forgot to give it a thumb up. Actually, I'll do that now because it's actually not too bad. So let's just play this and skip it a wee bit, and we'll get to the video. It's got it muted at the moment. It always mutes now for some reason. That's not me.
UFOs? Ivan Wagner is an astronaut and he published a video on his Twitter account
Let me know
where
if
you
it
see
starts
5
clicking.
objects appear flying alongside the same distance.
Does it sound alright?
Ivan writes on Twitter, quote,
Is it loud enough?
"Space guests," or "How I filmed the new time-lapse," end quote. And he continued on Twitter, quote, "The peak of the Aurora Borealis when passing over the Antarctic in Australia's longitude, meaning
I'll
in
just
between
zoom
them.
in a minute.
However, in the video you will see something else. Not only the Aurora," end quote. It looks like to me he's fooling people around when making such statements. Quote, "At 9 to 12 seconds, 5 objects appear flying alongside with the same distance."
Oh.
What do you think
Let's
those
Google
are?
it, see.
Meteors? Satellites? Or, Ivan continued on Twitter, "Unusual behavior. You expect this kind of conspiracy theories from UFO YouTube channels, but not from an engineer and cosmonaut." Question: do you think an astronaut should be able to explain things like this, or do you think he's telling the
So what do you think? Should a Cosmonaut tweet out stuff like that? Even Elon Musk has put out some crazy tweets over the years, right? Where he's pranking people about UFOs and aliens. So I don't think it's right. I don't think, because there's a lot of gullible people out there, and we have bad enough time educating people what they're really seeing as it is. So some people may know what this is already because they've probably seen my posts, but I will go over it again. And when I looked at it, as you know, a lot of these NASA ones I've talked about in the past, which always turned out to be mostly reflections in a window because they filmed through the space station capsule. And we're seeing background lights reflect off the window, and also we're seeing the sun coming up, which reflects off parts of the station that fraud channels clip off, and you don't see that where it's reflecting from into the camera most of the time, because that's how they edit the videos. So let's just have a look at this. So I did post out a few things, and then I started looking around to see what other people said, but we'll get into that in a
Ivan
minute.
writes on Twitter, quote, "Space guests," or "How I filmed the new time-lapse," end quote. And he continued on Twitter.
Okay, we don't need to listen to that again. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff moving in that as well. Okay, so what is it? Okay, so where's the sun? We can't see the sun in this footage, so we can rule out that the sun is reflecting off the space station. So let's go through the checklists, and there's also, we can see a lot of objects on the screen there, which seem to be like the same brightness as the objects in the background. So it looks like it could be something in the video that's not a reflection. Okay, so that leaves us, it must be objects. So we haven't got down to UFO on the list yet, because UFO is always the bottom on the list here. So we'll just go look at it carefully here again. Happens very quickly. I think he's brightened it a wee bit here. We'll just get a zoom in of it here and pause it. So we got 4 objects. I think it was 5. I thought I saw 5 originally, but maybe it's just 4. And they seem equally spaced. Now, what do we know that's been launched into space that's forming a line of satellites? That's right, SpaceX again. SpaceX sent up lots of Starlink satellites for this so-called new super internet for everybody, right? So what they're doing is they're sending out lots of these satellites and putting them in orbit a certain distance from each other. So what they do is they communicate with each other in space, and it creates a ring around the planet. So you have a ring of these hundreds of satellites that orbit Earth and can transmit enough bandwidth down on that section of the globe, and also transmit data from the other side of the world, right, at the same time. Now, I'm not too sure how many bands I've got. We'd have to check up on the documentation. But a lot of these bands are still only got like 5 or so satellites, or 5 or 10, and they're still adding to the band that goes around. So if we drew what they're doing, so let's draw a diagram what they're meant to be doing. Does it fit what's in the picture? I think it does. So there's the planet, and they'll be putting a ring of satellites around it. So we'll just do a circle. Oh, yeah, that's clever, Paul. I got to click off it first. Circle. So that may be a circle of them going that way, and maybe there's another circle of them going this way. I'm not too sure on that though. Or they might have several bands going around the middle as well. I don't know, so we'd really have to look that up. But yeah, you end up with all these little bands of satellites that go around. Like that. Of course, each of those has Starlink satellites on them. Circles. It's a bit hard to draw it. A bit bigger than it should be, but oh, there. That one got wobbly, but you get the idea. Alright, and of course the other side, so if someone transmits to one going up into space, the other side, it bounces all the data around to the satellite that's opposite to where it needs to go. So I guess they're going to work out how to do all that with packet addressing. So yeah. So I'm not sure anyone out there knows more about the Starlink program. I've been reading up on it. But you might be able to help us out there with some information. I think they call them satellite trains or something like that. Anyway, Starlink, how will it look? I suppose, I don't know. So this is why a lot of people that study the star systems are complaining. Okay. I don't know if I got any diagrams. Is that the bank of antennas they have on one of these satellites? So that's another thing. You don't know how many dishes each of them have. What's that picture of? The solar cells? So yeah, the verge. Not particularly useful. A diagram can say lots of things. So here's a whole line of satellites already. So how's it going to work is the question. What's that one showing us here? Multiple bands. Maybe it'll be a whole mesh. What's that telling us? That there's two circles and they go in a strange orbits around Earth into all those different paths. Is that what it's saying? I don't know. There's a better one there. So it's going to need more than one ring of satellites, I think, to be able to cover the globe all the time, right? I think it was Arthur C. Clarke, the scientist and book writer, who was the one to work out the space in between the satellites and how many you would need to cover the Earth. I thought it was like 4 or 5. So this is certainly a radical idea. What else we got here about it? But you can see there from those pictures, probably if we bring up the thing, that they haven't got it all completed yet. What the hell's that one? New fleets. Okay, so we probably need to... I know I did some bookmarks to Starlink here somewhere that shows the current location of them. Where is it? Here we go. There was a couple of them. What's all this? Life map. Here we go. Okay. Is that the better one or not? I don't know. So it looks like there's 2 trains. And because they're going to sine wave patterns, because they're trying to stretch out the globe into a flat map. So when it's on a flat map, it moves in this strange pattern here. So what's that trying to tell us? I think that one's probably not the right one. That one's a bit basic. What's the other one that we got here? This one here tells us how many's in the train, I think. Cookies, okay. Okay. I already said that. Go away. Okay, where's the live map on this? It'll be too big. What's it say? Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't want to zoom in. So that's a bit more detailed now. Oh, looks a bit more filled in to the last time we looked at it. So, I think Elon Musk has taken over the world, huh? Imagine if each of those are actually weaponized with, what do you call it, depleted uranium rods. You could nuke the whole world without any radiation and take it over. Alright, so how do we look at this now? Horrendous. So the question is, are there 5 satellites by themselves here somewhere? Is it possible that only 4 reflected sunlight? Because we couldn't see the sun on the video there. What's all those little dots here? Where's the little thing? Ledger, which tells us what everything is. So we probably need to know what location he was looking at. Oh god, this looks complicated, doesn't it? So there's a picture of one from space. You can see there's like rows of them equally spaced, and then there's a gap, and then few more. There seems to be like strange way they're sort of installing it. You'd think they'd be doing it in order, one. Maybe there's a reason for that. And there's a whole line of them there, taken from another camera. There's a line of 4 maybe or so. Let's see if we can zoom in on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. But it doesn't look like that in the map. It looked like there was like hundreds already up there. Unless it's only showing us the red ones, which are the ones that completed. What's the red ones? What's the red ones? Registered. Oh, right. The red ones are people that have seen it with their eyes. So, how do we get rid of those on the map? Because that's confusing. So, say the different colors here. So, the black ones are probably ones that are put in. And what's these other ones? Maybe they've yet to put those ones in. Because they're 2 different colors for some reason. Well, this one train's grey and the other one's black. Anyway, if someone can figure that map out, let me know. I'll post it down the side. Looks pretty detailed. Anyway. Maybe you can see it better on the bigger screen. But I think this is what we're seeing here. It seems to fit the pictures. Could that be another satellite here? 1, 2, 3. Let's just play it on a wee bit. See, it seems to fade very quickly. So what's moving? Obviously the satellites are not moving. I don't think it's the space station that's moving. Let's just see. Because I'd say the satellites would be moving around in that direction, around orbit, and space stations going around a different orbit to these. Right, so it makes sense that if they're traveling at 17,000 kilometers per hour around Earth, the space station, that these are going to pass very quickly. Let's just have a look at it going. He's playing it back and forth, I think. Okay, so what's all the other stuff in the picture here? Looks like it's going to be ice particles, right? Because the space station does adjust its orbit with little booster rockets, else it gradually falls down towards Earth. So if no one was up there fixing it, I don't know if they can do it automatically with computers, but eventually they're going to run out of fuel if it's not being restocked. Eventually the space station will come down if say all the humans on Earth got wiped out and the rockets couldn't come down to land, and you got spacemen left up in space to manage it, and eventually they're going to come down. Doom and gloom. Yeah. So I don't know if all the fraud channels have picked up on this one yet, but no doubt will get around. We don't see much of it. So you can see these white blobs here. There could be other satellites, of course. It's a bit hard to know. Could be other satellites on higher orbits and Starlink going around. That bright one there looks like it could be a satellite. But these fainter ones, normally if they're sort of blinking as they're sort of moving around, generally is a sign that they're space ice. Is there any of them blinking? But there's not really much to say on that one. It's definitely not UFOs though. Okay. So, yeah, go and watch it on your big screens if you want to. That's LG's Lines Grounds video. Cosmonauts. Cosmonauts? Probably spelled it wrong. I should have done it on the other screen probably. Cosmonauts. Fake UFOs. So I think the guy's doing it, obviously doing an Elon Musk thing. I think I said on his thing, on his comments. He's let my comments show. I said, yeah, I don't think he should post that because it could easily have been a reflection of lights of a robotic arm moving on the space station, as we don't know how it was filmed. Was it filmed outside space station or through the capsule window? As you know, they got cameras out in space as well. And he could be pranking for laughs on Twitter, doing an Elon Musk type post. First rule, make sure it's not camera artifacts. Then make sure it's not a mistaken, misidentified, I should have said there, mistaken light power of a station or reflection of Starlink satellites. They even said Starlink satellites there, right? And so I did a look around, and I posted this before I looked around, and I talked about sun reflecting as angle changes off the robot arm there. What did I say? And Starlink, reflection of Starlink sats, robotic arm reflection window. I said I put down choices here. I didn't limit to one thing until we research it. UFOs probably unlikely. See how it fades. Sun reflection as angle change. So that's what I said there as it was moving around. Obviously the sun's at a funny angle here because it's lighting up the background of the earth on the other side. That lights them up for brief seconds as they pass through the viewpoint here. And sure enough, I checked UFO interest, and he said the same. Most likely Starlink satellite train. Okay, so this is the guy, Ivan Wagner. Trying to understand the site and if he can provide more data. Date. So I said there on the reply to Scott, even though he's got me blocked. Crap, I said the same. Scott on RusUAP. It's always good when you get find out other people have said the same after you've said it. People would say that I might have read his before I did mine, but it's not true because I talked about robot arm there as well. Else I would have just said Starlink because Scott Sprando said the same. But it's always good to have people that verify what you see, you know. Ah, we got Shelly joining us. Yeah, Shelly, don't create separate accounts on Discord. You just log into your same one, just like you log into multiple browsers for YouTube. Like I've got mine logged in here, but I've also got it logged in for the streaming, and another one that I use for my main one. Discord's the same. You post on one, it shows up on all the others, which is handy. So if you post something and you're logged into multiple devices, it'll probably go beep, 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 beep on all the different devices that you got a new message from someone. Okay, so that one's done with. So what's the next one? Okay, this one here Robert sent to me. He asked me for opinion on it, so let's have a look at it. And we'll see if we can solve it. I won't turn it up too much.
I'm gonna analyze this when I get home.
Hey, we got a critical finger, it's gonna analyze it.
That, whatever that is, it's looking for something.
I don't think you can even see it, can you? Pretty bad footage, right? Looks like it's zoomed in a bit on portrait, right?
Oh my god, it's flying so fast. Where the fuck did it go? Oh boy, I'm losing my mind.
Sorry about the language, guys. There you go. Portrait. That's why it's hard to keep it in frame. If you had it the other way around, Missy, it would have been easier to keep it in frame. Alright, let's go back to it and see if we can spot it on super soon. Okay, we'll just slow it down too. Here it is there. My first inkling, I thought, is this going to be Fata Morgana? The mirage that you get with these things. That's on 720. Is that the highest? Probably keep it 720. Might go too slow otherwise. Playback. And let's put it on slow. Mute it. Because we already heard what she said. So, unfortunately, we got no contrast control like we do on VLC. As we could make it stand out a bit better here. Other than illegally downloading it and playing it VLC, there's not much we can really do about it. Okay, so I'll see if I can zoom in a bit more on it. Talking about a few pixels here. Hazy, out of focus. So what do you think it is, guys? Okay. Has lost it out of frame again because he's on portrait. Doesn't look like a big object out to sea. It looks like something closer to the shoreline here. Come on, get it in frame. Use that tickle in the throat going. I should have put my beeper thing up in case you're trying to beat me and I don't know you're saying something. I'll do that in a minute, Susan, in case you want to beat me. Where is she? Here it is. Seemed to come back into frame. I don't know if she moved it. We got no reference point, have we? See, it's tilting. What do we know that has to tilt to move forward? Helicopters and drones, right? But I don't think it's a helicopter. But we could probably grab something off it. And maybe we can actually see the shape of it. It looked like it was like a long, sort of flat tic-tac rather than a blobby. So why is she filming down there, guys? Oh my god! It's gone so fast! Where's it gone? Yeah. Okay. Maybe you can grab something here. Okay, so just start up this alternative chat thing and see if it's beeping. Just in case you want to beat me and I'm not paying attention. Yeah, looks like they've played around with it again, yeah. I don't think the sound works, does it? Anyway, give it a try. You better beat me. We should really log in with our Twitters, I suppose, and then turn off gate crashes. But we'll just keep it like that for now in case it gets abused. Keep it simple. So we want to grab a frame. Where it's tilting, really. Let's see, whereabouts was that? That's where it comes back. And it's that tilting there, I think it might be, but it seems further away. Now let's see what we can see. I forget how good that super zoom is, real-time super zoom. I think it was a helicopter, probably would hear the sound on a thing, but a drone? I don't think so. The sea noise would probably muffle it. Let's have a look. No, haven't got the folder up, have I? We got lots to cover today, though. And that seems bigger than normal. Juice a wee bit. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the birthday wishes earlier anyway, as well, I forgot to say. There we go. It is tilting there. But it's, look at it. It could be anything. That out of focus, right? I don't even know if we can improve it with sharpener, but let's see. So far it hasn't gone slow. So you can see that it has got slope on it. Colour. I don't think we're going to be able to see much because it's all blurred anyway. Brightness is no good, right? Which most fraud channels only use. So let's do some color swapping. And you can see here we're down to pixel level pretty much, and it's out of focus. I don't know if we can do anything with it really. I still think it's a drone though, because I'm just seeing like a, it looks like a round circle, and we know UFOs don't have to lean forward to move the direction they want to go in. They just simply sip off vertically high or left and right, instantly. Maybe we can get a better image still. Look at the pixels though. There we go, it's probably the best we're going to get it. Right. Yeah, so it's a blobby mess. So you can even see here it's got some smearing as it's moving. Motion blur. But it's amazing what you can pull out from an image, right? You could say that was a UFO if you wanted to. But yeah, it's just no quality to it. Oh, we should apply the sharpener first, right? See, now we sharpened it, right? It's starting to show that it's not a nice even surface, right? And it's shown that it's got some holes in it. See that there? It looks like it's got some holes here. It looks like it's a pretty jagged bottom there, which kind of suggests to me a motion blur and out of focus is filling in some holes there. So it's probably something like a drone again. So kind of looks like it's got a hole there, which could be a propeller, right? Looks like there's something going on there as well. And it looks like we've got some evenness happening around here. It's starting to look like a smiley face. Yeah. So let's grab another image. Okay, I really need a drawing pad for it. Now let's try the sharpener on that level. And you can see here that it doesn't look like a solid donut now. In fact, it looks like it's got some arms coming down here. So let's do the sharpener first and then apply the color and see how that comes out. And see if it shows a bit more of that bottomness there. Alright, so let's just reset that. Aha! Now I think we're starting to see a possible shape, the real shape popping out here. So just stick with that one for the time being. So it looks like to me like this is why it was jaggy underneath here, because we've got some motion blur, but looks like there's an arm coming down here. Oh, again. Looks like something coming down there. Something coming down there. And it's going off around here, and then something coming down there. Looks like there's some sort of hole there still. Although it's a bit hard to see. And it's going around up there, down there, and then around there again. If I can make a nice smooth thing. That kind of looks like one of those 5-bladed drones, right? And it's leaning forward on a slight angle, right? To move it forward. But we'll get some more images. You know, if that was like a UFO, right, we'd expect to see, when we sharpen it, more of this blackness here to be showing us a more definite saucer shape, right? But we're dealing with a few pixels. So we're interpreting the motion to what we think it possibly is, sort of thing, right? Probably, yep, I won't keep that one. Now let's go back. What do these guys think so far? Oh, what happened there? It wasn't me. Did we lose you? The screen went blank there for a minute. Yep. What's Jinso Cash saying? Happy quarantine birthday. Yeah, you can't go anywhere. You reckon she's part of the hoax? Yeah, it's possible. Put it up on a YouTube channel probably, or Facebook, and get some attention, right? But maybe not. Maybe she's a bit silly. That video was sped up while her audio was adjusted. It's possible. But that drone didn't would be moving at the correct speed though. If you look at how fast it was moving. If it's close to the beach, right? Well, some of those can move really fast. Let's see. Let's go back to that one there where it's stationary. Can we see it though? It is there. Camera's picking it up better sometimes, but she's moving the camera all the time, you see. So it means we're going to get motion blur. Why can't she keep it in frame? Is it moving all the time? I think that might be one of the better ones. She hasn't moved it so much. Oh, Wrong one. Where's the save box? Got into the wrong window. Okay. Let's have a look. Won't spend too much time on this one. I think everyone's in agreement with me on the side, by the looks of it. You can see here, still pretty bad. What is it? I don't know. That's goof on. I don't know. Mom! What is it? Alright, so, sharpener. You can see it's the same sharpness settings we used before. And it's a lot more faded. And the only bit that's come out is really the front of it here. But it does look like it's a flat top there. And it's got little legs coming down almost there. Let's see what the filter does. Same filter's no good, you see. Made it too dark. But it's definitely not a UFO shape now, is it? It looks like a side view of a hovering something. But you can see the pixels. And the camera wasn't picking it up. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Let's see. I don't think we can do much with that one either. But it does sort of give us some sort of idea of a shape though. It's a shame the background hasn't got more variation in the colors. You can see it's got roll and shutter. As we know, it's portrait, so it's roll and shutter going down from top to bottom. Of course, with the waves moving at the same time as the roll and shutter, we're getting these strange lines going across. But there we go. Probably the best we're going to get it, but again, it looks like it's got feet, right? Looks like it's got little feet coming down. So if we drew around it, choose one of these colors. Definitely looks like it's got a flat top there. Looks like it's got something around here. Looks like it's got something on the front there. Looks like it could be a camera, right? Could be like one of those cameras that you get on the front. That's why it's darker. Maybe it's a different color on the front bit of it. It's more pronounced. It looks like something coming down that way. And it looks like a leg coming down that way. What kind of drone would that be? Well, let's have a look. Oh, Shelley, you're the only one on. You're taking up the side chat there. Drones. Okay, let's have a look at some designs. What the hell? Damn stupid thing. Yeah, I'll just go to full screen for a minute. Hey, kind of looks like it could be one of these ones with a boxy front end, right? Could it be that from the side? Have we got a side view of this one? It kind of looked like that in the picture, in one of the pictures. I should have kept it probably. So if it's a slight angle, right? We got like bits coming down, which we saw. We saw it had like bits in the thing. Kind of fits that one the best. Something like that, rather than one of these ones here. That one's definitely got prominent feet coming down. Well, that one, it's got, depending on the tilt and angle we saw was almost like something like that, where we saw bits of, off the legs. And then when it was facing the other direction, if we got a side view, almost like that one, kind of looks like the picture we got here. Camera, what's the end bit look like? The end of it. Something boxy like that, right? There's a good one. If it's slightly tilted, we're going to see bits of it. Okay, so yeah. Apart from that, we ain't going to get anything better. But definitely not a UFO. It's definitely not a UFO shape. Or blob. Unless we play around in the graphics editor and make it look like one like I did initially. Sometimes it's best to sharpen it first, which causes some artifacts, of course, and then paste in to colorize it rather than do it the other way around. So yeah, if you want to look at that one yourself on a big screen, you might be able to see something I missed. But I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% sure that's a drone. What's Robert think? Is he still there? Beach. UAP. You can see when it was speeding off, it had to tilt first, right? UFOs don't do that. Not from the credible sightings we've heard about, anyway. They sap off left, right, and up and down, tic-tac. Although, if you compare the gimbal video of it rotating, which we know is because the camera is self-adjusting and it's not actually rotating that way. It simply zooms off left, right, is what the pilots say. It doesn't tilt and zoom off left. So yeah, it sort of fits still with the tic-tac, as far as I'm concerned. The gimbal one, we don't see it zoom off, do we? I don't think we do we? What happens on the gimbal one where it rotates around? Simply ends, doesn't it? I don't remember it zooming off on that one. Oops, not the microphone. Okay, on to the next bit. Alright. Remember I was talking about third phase on the moon. He's brought up that one too. The latest video of the hoax channel of third phase on the moon is an impressive nonsense about why NASA didn't try to explain some pictures of alleged anomalies. Who's saying I'm not sure? I'm saying it's definitely not a UFO. I'm saying it's 95% drone. Isn't that not good to have a percentage? It's definitely not a helicopter. I said it's a heli or a drone because it angles as it moves off. Okay, so back to this. Remember that stupid one? This one here with the tit or nipple, as Brent said. I bet those guys are on the floor laughing their heads off after they finish the episode. What'd you say, nipple? I bet they love it. They just love the attention and they love fooling people and getting away with it. And of course this one here with the stupid reflection in the helmet, totally debunked because a year ago, and they're now recycling it because they got new subscribers, new gullibles. So what did he say here? Who's the man reflecting an astronaut's visor during Apollo 17? A stagehand for the moon hoax filmed in studio. The hoaxer Street Cap one is sharing this old conspiracy already debunked. The man was just another astronaut. Okay. And there's a video off the actual video. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Various pictures from NASA by looks of it, off that particular mission. So you got to remember the visor is pretty rounded, right? So the reflection's going to be distorted. So who was the other person though? Probably saying it in the description, readout, is it?
Black and white, resample it, make it a bit darker, flip it left right, and we end up with something that's comparable in quality and resolution with the image of Schmidt. We can then paste it onto the original image like this. Then we can save the whole thing as a JPEG image and then reopen it and see what's happened. The reason for doing this is the original image was a JPEG compressed image, and that means it's lost some detail. And here's the result. Aldrin's arm has become almost invisible against the lunar background. The real reason for this is because the white spacesuit, lit up by moonlight, comes out about the same colour as the moon itself. If Aldrin's arm looks clear enough to you, the main reason for that is because you can see his glove and your mind fills in the rest of the arm. If we remove the glove, the whole arm becomes that much more difficult to see. Now you might say, yes, but I can still see it clearly enough. And you can, but you can see Schmidt's arm just as clearly. If we show again the orientation that he must have had, you can see that it fits. So there's our explanation. He is in the right orientation, but a combination of poor image quality and the fact that his suit is about the same brightness as the moon behind makes it hard to tell which bits are him and which bits are the moon, and this creates the illusion that he's facing a different direction.
Of course, he also reflected it there. So, yeah, that was debunked ages ago before Street Cat passed away. So I'll just post a link there to that one. What's fishy? The video, how she filmed it. Yeah. Who knows? Someone having a play with their drone at the beach. They probably use drones now for everything, don't they? For shark watch, probably. That sort of thing. Moon man is not staged. Yeah, so hopefully you can put that one to rest now. And that one with the moon. Okay, did he have more on that one? Let's just have a look. Okay, what's he saying here? Alright, so they shared it before. Share this before they get shut down. Another clickbait hidden. Yeah, there you go. NASA shuts this down. So this was the original one, which showed more of the crater. And you can see the bit in the middle there. And now they've gone and played around with it. Oh, why did it do that? Okay. And now you can see how they've played around with it. And color it a bit. And here's a better angle of the same crater. And it doesn't look like a tit. Busted. So what is it? Like I said it was a pile of rocks, didn't I? That you always get inside the middle of craters. No radar dish, no dome, no nipple. Here's another picture of the same crater. There's certainly it looks like 3 poles of rock actually, isn't it? Kind of strange one though. So that one's busted. I don't think NASA's trying to cover up anything if they've got high-res pictures of it. And I suppose the Chinese have got backup ones of it by now. So that gives us on to the Dream Team, or third phase. Have they put up anything new since we've been on? Okay, one. The one is here. Welcome to the channel. I think you used to comment on my posts, didn't you? Way back. Didn't you used to have a channel yourself? But you used another account for commenting. Is that the person I remember? Okay, so reloaded it. Okay, whereabouts are we with this gang? Where did we end up? There's the tit video. And one to this one here. What's going above our skies? So let's have a look about this one. Don't want to spend too long on these clowns though, but still. You can see they're still getting lots of likes here. Go and check the pyramid in person without any suits. So you got no oxygen. So these are all the believers, right? Oh my god, my husband saw the exact same box thing. So let's have a look at what they're talking about and see if we can suss it out.
Phase of Moon.
I wonder how they come up with that stupid name though. Third phase of moon. I suppose they didn't pass grammar at school, right? You've seen the review of their movie. Which one was it? They got like a whole heap of movies they've made, and of local legends of going to interview people about the ghosts they've seen, which they has a certain name on Hawaii Island. They call it the Night Matcher or something like that. Anyway, someone's interviewing and they say, what college degrees do you have to become movie producers? And Blake skips over the questions saying, blah, blah, blah. We have a UFO channel. We've been making videos for a while since we graduated high school. So they got high school degrees. I suppose that's what you call it in America, is it? Diplomas, is it? What do they call them over there when you graduate high school? In New Zealand, we don't have all that sort of hoopa-poopa where you get the gowns and the hats from high school. You only get that from university. So, yeah. So let's carry on.
Live premiere, we're doing it August 20th, 2020. We've got over 7 videos that we're going to be sharing with you. Evidence from around the world, submitters that keep their eyes on the skies. They don't know what the heck is going on, and that's what Third Phase Moon is all about. We want to share the information as it comes in, and let me tell you, some of the archives that you're going to see tonight, it's going to blow you away. NASA has some major explaining to do, as well as Google coordinates coming in of unidentified flying craft. Buckle up, everybody. Let's get to it. Some people say this is impossible for a UFO to withstand the heat of the sun.
So you can tell straight away that they're playing old video clips because the music's changed, right? So these are probably from years ago.
Itself. Well, NASA has just admitted they've basically got the technology, and they're sending out a probe in 2018. It's an unmanned probe, but still, they've harnessed this energy.
Okay, so it's obviously an old video because they've already done that probe and it's on its way.
Now, and they're going to be using it to basically kiss the sun and figure out what it's made of.
That's not exactly true. We've gone over the technical specs of the thing and what the mountain points of the most extreme element on Earth can take, and it won't be kissing the sun. It will be quite a fair distance away, where it can withstand the temperature. It's got some sort of heat shield on it.
Now this is something that will make the debunkers.
Okay, so what they've got down here
and the conspiracy theorists go crazy.
There's planets.
Now, do we
and
have
stuff.
the technology or not? I've got Brent Cousins here, and I want to get his opinion of this new.
Okay, so this thing here is a typical planet passing the sun on CCD cameras. Remember, we were talking about the what was it called? The Blumen effect, where it's so bright that it bleeds electrons on either side of the photocells and makes a line going through. So it's not a mothership.
Technology that NASA's revealing to us right now.
Blake, I hope they have a good camera on there because they might find something that's rather fascinating. Like you said, SOHO really gives sharp imagery of anomalies next to the sun. Hopefully they capture something because we know they're there. I'm wondering about the technology behind this spacecraft. Is it actually reverse alien
so that's
engineering?
a planet. Close up the planet. So this, they don't know what they're talking about. Obviously, they haven't done the research or ask anyone that's an expert from NASA for their opinion.
Air technology, because getting close to the sun, this thing is hot. I mean, this will burn off anything that gets close to it.
Absolutely, Brent. I wonder what NASA is hiding still. What do they have up their sleeves in regards to
What's
this
that? Hey, is that another planet, or is that the moon?
technology? This is something that's going to open up the whole solar system and beyond of our space exploration as
human beings.
God.
Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins here. Lots of information coming in as we speak right now. Multiple sightings from around the world. We're going to get to it right now. Let's get to Mars. Take a look at this. We got Brent Cousins here. We're going over footage from around the world. Welcome back, everybody. We are reporting right here from the Big Island. We're going to get to it. What are we looking at here?
From the big island. My island's bigger than yours. I live in South Island. My island's a lot bigger than your island there. So what are we looking at? This seems to ring a bell.
Brent, I know you got some opinions. Wait till you see what's coming up next, but I got to tell you.
Wasn't it like a close-up picture of imprint from the rover itself? Like a screw or something? Imprint on the soil? Seems to ring a bell. So long ago now. Anyone out there know? That's the problem with these images.
This is captured from a satellite looking over Mars, and I don't know what to make of it. Brent? Like, it's been quite a few years now since the rover's been on there. Curiosity and good satellite imagery that's circling Mars.
Okay,
and
so
this again,
maybe it was
big
a
evidence
piece of
coming
the...
It's hard to explain. I'm almost thinking a tunnel.
Because I know they took photographs of the landing site and they had like a debris field. I remember something like that.
That's underground, hiding whatever.
I wonder if we can find that one out again. Screw-like structure on Mars. Pretty sure it's been explained. Wherever we can find it, I don't know. Here we go. Secure team did it. Okay. Have we got any... it can't be his channel, so... Let me just have a look. Nothing's popping out. Just usual stuff. Here we go. Secure team again. Daily motion. Suppose we can have a look. See what was said on it. So this is how Tyler built up his channel of followers, right? He must have worked out a deal with reporters to try and get his stuff put up. What's all this garbage popping down now? Gets worse and worse, that channel. Look at it. How do we get rid of that nonsense? Now I'll scroll down. See, this is why I never go to the news sites. They're just full of ads and crap. They're just unbearable. And that's it. So there's probably no article for it, right? Useless. Alright. I wonder if we can search on the image. Probably a natural formation, probably. I thought might be more of it around. What was I saying? What else can we look up? Yeah, looks like this one's going to take a bit longer to get some information on. Another one is the search is Scott, of course. Where's the search box gone? Where's the search? Have they changed it so you can't search now? Where's the search box? What's going on? I think they've done something to it. I have to change the format again. Let's bring that back just in case. Right, it looks like they have. Oh well, I'll have to keep it that way. Search, screw, Mars, UFO of interest. .org, isn't it? Did I type it in right? Let's have a look. Nope. That should work, shouldn't it? Maybe it's not .org. Okay. Gotta go by that last bit here with the @ symbol. Mars. Let's go screw. Okay. But then Twitter, I know, doesn't tell us everything. I've been trying to find my old stuff too, and it's disappeared. I don't find it in searches or even on the pages. It may still be here though. Yeah, it's amazing how many things have been put up by Mars, right? Crazy stuff. Yeah, it probably goes on for miles. It'll be a lot of this stuff, I reckon. Footprints. I think that was the Scott C. Warren one going, wasn't it? Dirt on the lens. Oh, the battle tank. I guess we're not going to get the answer to that one. Spoon. Which is just obviously rocks. It looks like it's levitated a wee bit. It's just optical illusion. I just love those ones. The visor. The screw one's probably gonna be there somewhere. Now what's that one? Ancient bottle. What else we got? Cutting feeds. Alright, the stamp. The stamp from the rover onto the soil. Where it was a rock grinder, is it? They used. Who's beeping? I heard a beep. So yeah, looks like we're not going to be able to answer that one. Can't seem to find anything. What's up, Susan? Put a screw symbol in front of your get results. Screw symbol? Not sure what you mean. We got screw there. I'm not sure how you can put a screw symbol in. But you can search on image maybe. You can do reverse Google search. It's the only other thing you can do, but it's probably going to bring up secure team probably. Fossils and worms found on the red planet. So this is probably it, right? Promoting secure team. 13-year-old, is it? Name's Mars Rover. No. We don't want it to play. Doesn't look like the same thing. Looks like microscopic stuff. What else we got? Oh, right. Let's try that again. Here's a better image. Worm-shaped object. I already looked at that one. So, worm found on Mars. So they reckon it's a worm rather than a screw. Maybe I should have searched UFO interest for worm. But I didn't see it in his list, right? But I think Twitter archives a lot of stuff and you never can search it anymore. So this, what else can we put here? Debunked, maybe? Debunked. Here we go. Debunking glass rooms. So this is something else, isn't it? It looks very similar. So, obviously it's going to be natural, isn't it? But that's not the one we're after. But if you got that there, I suppose it could appear elsewhere as well. It may be like a crevice that's been filled in with sand or something, right? So, appears to be on the surface. June. What's all this garbage? Okay, I've been given sandwiches here. Birthday sandwiches of bacon again. See, that's obviously natural. It's really hard to read these pages. Disgusting, really. So many ads and crap on there. Still popping up. Subscribe. Who cares about subscribing? So what's this saying on that one? Now we got something coming up. We have to make it so small we can't read it. Some claims are just dumb. Yeah, that's what's on third phase. And Hoogland's giant glass worm lying on the surface of Mars. Now, to be fair, they used the worm. A worm is ridged. Ridges are supposed to raise features. Like ribs in a tent. Sand dunes, yeah. Looks like sand dunes, doesn't it? But yeah. I don't think that's sand dunes though. Not that one. Well, if it's natural, it's pretty interesting, but you can see here, if that was meant to be like a long tube, why does it end funny here at the end? See, it doesn't, it should be like a long glass tube. Why would it be a mess here? I think the reflection there is just misleading. Some shiny white rock, right? But like here. Something natural. How it's made, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that wasn't what we're after though, was it? We're after the other one, which is going to be something similar, I guess. From a distance, it kind of looks the same. If you fill it with sand either side, it would look like the other picture, right? So, kind of makes sense. But why can't we get that one? We tried all sorts of things. So we didn't see that one. Did we? $215 meters. See, that looks different there though, doesn't it? To what we were looking at before. Well, that doesn't look like a glass tube there, does it? Kind of looks like various rocks in different directions. But certainly it's interesting how they're formed, right? It looks like something natural, but what the hell is it? Just what they call it? Could it be formed by water? Sure could. They're saying it's wind blown ripples. Which is possible. Same as water, right? Over millions of years. Thousands of ripples seen all over Mars. Go here. Oh yeah, look. But those ones are dunes. It's not quite the same. Alright, those ones are different. But yeah, it's got to be related to that, I'd say. Let's move on. Looks like we're not going to get an easy, quick answer on that one. Else we'd be here all day. Alright, let's go on to the next one.
Terrestrial life could be there.
Let's send you there, Blake. Let's send you and see if there's some life there. Okay, this next one's ridiculous.
On the street here, and we're going to take a look at this. Let's move along here. You see the object in the sky. People might say this is a balloon. Whatever kind of balloon this is, it definitely changes shape. Take a look as we roll down the street here. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. It continuously remains in frame from the Google Maps vehicle surveying this area.
Okay, what is it, guys?
This is where it gets kind of weird. It almost looked like a teardrop. Now it's a perfectly spherical metallic object, in my opinion.
hovering over Los Angeles area. We're going to pull it back. We're going to pull it back. Take another look right here. See? See?
Okay, what's that? I'm eating a cold sandwich now. Yes, so where do you reckon it is? Let's zoom in, because they don't. So we're seeing it from various angles here on the street. It's still streaming okay. Now you can beat me if you've got some problems with the audio now, Susan. Don't save. Resize. Yeah, so what does it look like? Anyone that's got it on the side? Looks like there could be something in the middle there. Let's throw some color curves on it. More defined shape going on there. It's a UFO. I thought more might pop out on it. But you can see there, it's definitely got reflections off it. See, it's like a three-dimensional surface. So who's guessed it right on the side chat? Ken, you got a chocolate fish. You got it bang on, mate. Say advertising blimp, and I think we can see there may be something printed on the side here. But it's a bit hard to tell. On that, it looks like there's something here being written on it, right? Advertising blimp. So you should go and work for Third Phase on the Moon. You're no good because you spoiled the fun for them. Advertising blimp. And I bet if you go to the next street over on the same day, or same year, I bet you got a closer view of it too. $6 meters or 20 feet inflatable. I suppose you could say it's almost the same size as a UFO. So which one are we looking at? Have we got fins on this one? I can't see any fins. Do they all have fins? I don't think they do they? Yeah, they might do. Probably something like that one there. We saw something. And they drop a banner from it. But, yeah, which one fits that shape? That one's too long. Fits more something like this one here. White fins. And the question is... let's just undo that. Why is it not undoing? Can we see any fins? We can't, really. Let's try the sharpener. Definitely looks like a white patch here. Definitely some writing going across there on the sharpener. But yeah, unless it's got white fins, we're not seeing them on the picture. I don't know if they can be removed or not, but there you go. Look, you see there's definitely some writing there. So yeah, unless we get a closer zoom of it, we might see some missing stuff at the end here. So definitely looks like some writing there. And could be something like this one here. The fins overlaid on the body. Could be something there, right? Now let's just overlay it and see how close of a match it is. Yep, chocolate fish and pineapple lumps. Do you get those in America? They're very nice. Okay, I need to scale it up a bit. Keep the ratio with the shift key. We could try making it see-through. Oh, look at that. Kind of fits straight away, doesn't it? And now you can see why the fins disappear, right? And the white, and obviously, well, they're sort of another color. What's the video color? Main color, white. See, so it's going to blend in. It's going to be white fins rather than a blue sky like this one here. I think that sort of nails it right there, right? So you can even see the writing here. Yep. And you can see the reflection here. So we're seeing this bit here. We're seeing that dark patch in the video. We're not really seeing the illuminated side of it. So there you go. So, what are we saying on the site? Oh, 16 likes. How did we get that far? Had fish for dinner. Chocolate fish are different. You need to be talking about the blimp. 2 thumbs down. Oh, have we? I don't see those here. Not till the end of the show. So who are the 2 thumbs down? Blake and goof on. We don't really care. Let's move on.
How it morphs there. I don't know. It's not a blimp.
Not a blimp, guys.
It's a massive craft in the sky. I'm wondering if there's more evidence that people might have seen this.
How can they say it's not a blimp? Because I know it's a blimp and they're trying to put that thought in your mind. So how can they get so many likes on videos? It's just crazy.
Right. What do you make of this? Blake, to me it looks like a possible surveillance drone. At first when I saw this I was thinking Goodyear, the Goodyear blimp, but then we look at closer evidence and we can tell that this is not the case. It seems pretty large. It's got to be the size of a bus or maybe even a small house. This thing should be recognized by the people down on the street. I bet putting this out on Third Phase Moon, we're going to get some feedback. And if anybody was in that area, tell us what this is. Absolutely. And this is what's kind of cool. There's a Santa Claus there. It looks like he's waving to the UFO. Anyway, it's really neat, these Google Maps and Google Earth images that come in from people like you that have a good eye in regards to this phenomenon happening right now. Let's get to the next submission. This is kind of cool. This came in from Kentucky. It came in now from Sarah.
I'm sorry,
Tricia
guys.
Polido.
But I didn't get breakfast.
I hope I'm saying the name right. And her husband captured this while training in Kentucky. What are we looking at? I do not know. It definitely looks something strange. A weird UFO, if you ask me. It's square. There's lights reflecting off the bottom of it. If I was out there on a training mission in the middle of the woods, I'd be kind of concerned. Apparently, this video we're looking at.
So you can see it's far away, right? So it could easily be lights on a building. It could be lights on a crane, even. Because the crane has a boom that goes across. So let's I don't think it's drones just hanging there. It definitely looks like man-made something. Alright, what are you guys saying on this one? Oh, it's not meant to do that. Get rid of that for the time being. So we need to go down a bit on this one. You can see we're not going to get to MUFON cases again. Because this is taking up too much time. But we do live debunks and we don't know how much time each one's going to take. Okay, let's see what we can see with the color swap. Tune some of those blacks. Because it's second-hand video, it's a video of a video, so it's not the best opportunity to get something to pop out. So, is it a building there? Haha! Look at this, a square. Have we got a high rise there? Unfortunately, you can see we're down to pixel level again. So the lights here are illuminating something that it's on. That's what it looks like. It's illuminating something behind it. Does look like it's forming a sort of structure going downwards here. It's lights on a building, isn't it? So what kind of lights would it be? Could it be one of those strange buildings that has like a angled diamond top on it in America? Was it the one of the high rises names? I can't think of it now. Seattle, was it? Pin structure tower. Surely it wouldn't be that stupid, would they? Let's see. Let's see if we can find something with sky rise. Diamond. Lights. I don't know. Let's have a look. See if something pops up. Okay, so we got a cat. Something like this building here. But we need to see the other side of it. See how it's angled? Could be something like that. Why would it have only 4 lights around it though? Can't even read what that says. Yeah, there's too many lights on that one. So it's going to be a building that's dark, but only the lid of it, top of it's lit. I was trying to find something like these ones here, but you see it from the other side. See, that's lit up. Different triangle patterns here. It's not the image I have in my head that I'm looking for. What was the location? That might give us an idea. Are you joking? I'm not going to tell you the location. No information. Let's grab more of that image and see if anything else pops out. Problem with eating a sandwich, you also get thirsty. Okay. Didn't I save the last one? Yeah, we'll just try again then. And bingo. We now know it's portrait. And it could be a taller building than we first thought. Okay. Definitely looks like some sort of building popping out there. In the darkness. Cheeky little hoaxes. And we got something going across the bottom here. Something going up there. Something coming down this way. Well, that's less defined that way. Best bet is going to be buildings. Let's move on. I wonder what kind of building it is though. It'd be good to pin it 100%, you know.
Right now is just taken right outside their tent. Right, what are we looking at in your opinion?
Like at first, I thought these could be military flares, but when I look at it closer, there's geometry on these things. It stays stationary.
Okay, there was something that popped up here. We can see it's a portrait phone.
Let's count how many of these
There's something reflecting there.
lights are up there. We got 8 or 7. We got 7.
The motion is people moving it. It's a shame we haven't got sort of like contrast control for videos. Perhaps there's an add-on for browser. Maybe I have to look for something. Might save us a wee bit of time. Did I lose it? No, it's still there. Ah. 18 likes now. What's going on today? Someone messing with me today. And we haven't even gotten to the other good stuff yet. Okay, there's something down here. I don't know if it's a shadow. Brightness. Okay, that's just the brightness, right? So there's definitely something down there. Hey, look at that effect. Individual pixels. And let's try a color swap with the blacks and see what pops out. Still starting to see that building. Certainly got a square bit coming down. That looks like another building here. Smaller building with probably some lights at the top as well. Alright. 2 buildings. There you can see the individual lights there. I wonder what it is. Could it be just they've got lights on particular windows on a high-rise? That could be what it is, eh? That would explain the strange pattern. Whereas this happens to make a nice little pattern. But yeah, that's what it is. They certainly evenly spaced to be different floors of a high-rise far away, and this happens to have the lights of the offices or whatever it is on. So that's what it is.
Lights, and they seem stationary. They seem to hold its course. What kind of craft is this? It looks like a box-shaped UFO to me, Blake.
You know, this video kind of sets me back to some of those videos that we saw when we're, you know, in the 80s. Those 80s videos of these weird box-shaped UFOs.
No, it's not even, right? different floors of a building. So let's move on a bit. What else we got?
Right now above our skies, and I think this is NASA's proof that they're trying to hide. And they can't hide nothing from us right now. We're getting a good look at everything right now. And
yeah, so what is it? The sun's coming over this direction here because we can see it illuminating off this piece of equipment here, causing a reflection back at the camera here.
there's dimension to this craft. There's technology. You see something. This is
Don't you wish you could tie this guy up with his ponytails and give him a good slapping?
not a flake of ice. We know that for certain. We're looking at something that is given a power, some sort of power. It's
faded there.
thrusting forward and it shoots down straight to Earth. We're looking at it right now. This is a TR-3B, people.
Okay, looks like there's something more to it here though. Looks like it could be a satellite further down that's reflecting the sun as well. So we got lots of light here.
No, but what do you make of this? It almost looks like a.
Okay, it looks like something reflecting the sunlight. It looks like a satellite there for a minute. See, that looks like one of those box satellites with the solar panels coming out. Because if that's catching the sun there, we'd expect the same thing on a satellite.
Shot from the ISS, Brent.
Of course, it could be a supply module going up to the space station. We don't know anything they're putting up here.
What do you make of this? It almost looks like a rocket booster.
Like, I think what we're looking at is really the secret space program going.
It's probably a supply ship, actually. SpaceX, is it? Dragon capsule, as they call it. Anyway, that's probably not worth wasting time on. What other nonsense we got?
We're looking at incredible Google imagery submitted to us from an anonymous source who states that a pyramid possibly exists, a megastructure.
A pyramid exists.
Hawaiian navigators use the stars to find their way across thousands of miles of open ocean. Birds have been used to find islands by sailors around the world. This gives us our pyramid an astrological and navigational connection.
So, we've got a pyramid on Hawaii. Or it could be just like a mound of dirt they piled up from build sites, like we do. And just used it as a lookout point. Well, of course they got volcanoes that lift up the ground too, right? So yeah, this looks like a waste of time one. Oh, we got a message popping up here. They love their Google Earth, don't they?
Into downtown Port Moresby, where the locals all know there's a pyramid-like structure on the southwest entrance to the main harbor. Now the northwest line as we run across the Arctic Ocean. It meets up incredibly with the Giza Pyramid. So what the heck is really going on here? Did the Polynesians, like the Atlanteans, encounter some kind of cataclysmic event? Now, let's see where the northeast line ran across, and it goes straight across the USA to St. Louis, Missouri, to the ancient mounds across the US Midwest.
Alright, so it could be some sort of ancient mound. Ruled that one out. I've talked about that in past episodes where I believe they had ancient airships and they drifted across the slipway air currents from Egypt to South America, Middle America, Easter Island, and then all the way round again to India, and top of Africa, of course. And that's where all the major pyramids have been built. So I got the episode there if you want to go and watch it. Because there are some ancient maps that don't sort of add up, which means you'd have to have some sort of balloon technology, at least if it's just by a rope alone. So I reckon maybe there was a race of people that figured out something and they got killed off. You know, if you, it's a bit like what's those ship travelers? Was it Cook? Apparently they stepped on the shore and Aborigines or something killed them. Or was it in Indonesia? I can't remember now. I need to get out of that full screen mode. There we go. But remember something like that. So it makes sense. Maybe they're trying to get away from the island. Who knows? They might have figured out how to make hydrogen. And they all got killed and the technology got lost. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that could happen. Or the sea rose from melting ice and the island got sunk underneath, of course. Of course, we got a lot of limestone islands as well, especially down South America way, which are disappearing into the sea because they collapse. Remember those big sinkholes they have in the middle of the islands? Limestone roads away.
It's the world. Drone up in the air too, and natural. Yeah, I'm on the fence.
Okay, so this will be a typical plane contrail that's got some twisting winds that rotated around, right? So that would be what that is.
I do believe there's weather phenomena that do create helix clouds, but definitely this could be man-made.
Of course, it's man-made. It's not really a helix cloud. You can see it breaks up a bit
As well. Yeah, so June 19th, he says he got it looking west over Boulder.
So what's the point of that on a UFO channel, really? Okay, so we got to the end of it. God, that was painful. Yeah, what's the last one they put up here? Probably be something quick, I think. Where's the rest of it gone? Yeah, what's this one they just put up?
Third phase of moon.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, Third Phase Moon. We got a special report for you tonight. Richard from GooFon Radio captured something on the radar just within 12
Not
hours.
GooFon.
Something that looks to be a massive triangular-shaped craft. What are we looking at? Plus an update from Alien Addict, who interviewed Thomas from Mars, Moon Space.
That's the husband of that crazy woman that said she was abducted, right? Who didn't seem to be very genuine at all. Remember, she only saw it as a young kid from a cot. And that's about the only time. Yeah. Good one, Alien Addict.
TV.
And that's the one that put up... that's the guy that also put up a load of rocks from Mars, claiming they were man-made because they looked like square bricks, right? I went over that one before.
An expert behind the Baltic Sea anomaly. We've got updates in...
Baltic Sea, we covered pretty much in detail on a live stream, didn't we? And found out all the things that they claimed had some other natural occurrence, like the magnetic field craziness up there, which affects the instruments.
regards to that, buckle up everybody. Let's just roll it. Jack Jeffrey captured something over Augusta, Georgia, and we're looking at it right now, and we wanted to share it with you and get your thoughts. He said he noticed something moving in the sky. He thought it was odd, and he zoomed in on it to check it out. He says the
So there's a particular building there, you know, matches up with the last one we're
object
looking at.
moves through the sky like no aircraft he's ever seen. This was shot in 24 frames a second. It's really cool when the public actually does their own enhancements, and you can see this thing doing extraordinary maneuvers that defy any kind of drone technology that I'm aware of right now. What are we looking at?
Yeah, but is it time-lapsed? Because it looks a bit strange, doesn't it? Could easily be a police helicopter with what do you call it, spotlights. Again, no apps used, so this is where you use the apps to debunk your own stuff that you're watching. Even if you do it after, it still might be able to have the plane or helicopter within distance on the map still. That's why it's always best to have a helper, I guess. So what do you say on that one? Yeah, you're talking about all sorts of other stuff on the side. Can you even hear me?
We're going to be supplying the original Facebook link, so you can take a look at it for yourself. But right now, let's get to Richard Giordano from Goof on Radio, who captured a very bizarre anomaly over
Beware, your IQ levels will drop, people.
Arizona.
So you could already see it. This is the radar. I have it going. Watch, it'll just loop because I took the screenshot. You can see it.
You can see it.
Yes.
Not really.
Is this the radar unit? Then where is this? No. Is
No, I don't know. This guy's just hilarious. Okay, so radar do sweeps, right? They do radar beams like that. So weather radar looks for moisture, as in clouds, and hailstones and snow and all that sort of stuff, ice particles basically. And also it picks up birds migrating, and also it picks up butterflies migration.
All right, everyone, I have to weigh in now on Biden's acceptance.
I clicked on the wrong thing.
No, it would have to be right here. Is that what we're seeing? Is this just radar mount? This is the white thing. This has nothing to do with radar. So there's nothing that looks... This is the only thing that looks like it, right? This looks like where the radar hit is coming from. And if that's true, this is where the radar tower or where the radar dish would be, whatever. Here's another strange anomaly up here. See how it just cuts off? I understand what you're saying.
I think it's just an overlay on the graphics, guys.
But here we are with the triangle perfectly placed.
That triangle looks like an overlay. And why don't they ask the app designer? That might be the range of a second radar hit dish, right? Definitely. Of course, it's probably there every day, so you probably have to go to the app and just check it, and it'll probably be there every day when you get rain clouds. Right, it's going to be a mothership there hanging in the sky forever.
from Mesa, Arizona, which is about 30 miles from me, all the way to Tucson. So you're going to tell me that a UFO is over 90 miles, or is it high in the atmosphere, making it look bigger? What is going on?
The Baltic Sea anomaly.
Oh, that's just garbage. I wonder if I can find that one out on the search, actually. Be funny if we find it. Why, weather radar map triangle. Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to show up because it's not the same app by the looks of it. Okay, they got overlay in circles here, and looks like they got an overlay in triangle as well. So what's that about the weather channel? Do any of you guys know? Is third place blocked? Yes, they got blocked by Robert. I don't control the blocking in the side chat. Because they trolled me. And Robert got rid of them because they were being nasty. Okay, so yeah, it's not cool to troll and to be nasty. That one didn't come up with the same image. I'll just keep looking. These look more high quality radar maps than on the app. I bet it's an overlay. And it'll probably say in the settings or something, probably. Looks like can't seem to get anything pop up. Do we know what the app's called? Here's something similar. NOAA Weather Radar. Gallery. Yeah, probably wasting time looking. What's going on? Seems to have done nothing. Weird. Site's still loading. What the hell's that got to do? Weird. Looks like it's advertising sales page. Yep, I think we have to kick that one in the butt. I don't know what else we can search for. Radar map triangle. I can see here they've sort of got a triangle sweeping. Be something like that, probably. Probably showing the scan start and end thing. Probably of a overlaid second radar system. That's probably what it would be. But anything to put up on a UFO channel, right? Make some money. Yep. I think that would probably be what we're looking at. Okay, so the Baltic Sea one we've covered before. Is that the rendering? I don't think it's a photograph, is it? I don't think they managed to go down there and illuminate the whole thing and photograph it, right? So it's someone's done a graphics rendering of it from sideways scans, sonar scans, as it's called.
Anomaly has been the Baltics. To find out more, here's
See, that's an artist rendering there.
It seems that there's been a lot of research.
And that looks like an artist rendering as well, doesn't it?
As of late, and more expeditions to this, and we're going to break it wide open. Well, Alien Addict has...
Okay, so here's probably a sideway scan. That's probably more close to what we're looking for. But it's hard to know still. But I did cover it on my live stream. I said, there's one that says what it is.
Solved a mystery, and at that time in 2015, everything that was collected as evidence and material at that time was what I basically also used to present in the documentary with pictures, sonar scans, and what people talked about. And now it's actually about 3 or 4 years since I made that documentary, and the stuff that has come in since is amazing. Forget it. I'll tell everybody, go watch the documentary, The Unsolved Mystery. You can find it on forbiddenknowledge.tv. There are 2 episodes.
Forbidden Knowledge. We looked at that and we just decided that it was actually what they were saying, that it was the... what was the name of it again? Had a certain name, something to do with the ice sheet, where it creates a little mushroom shape and it pushes it off slowly along over millions of years into the sea. And the magnetic anomalies is something else that happens in that region, which they're trying to figure out, or at least map, because we know there's some holes in the ionosphere in certain places, especially near the poles. So
and we are going to follow up on everything what's been going on since we made.
Could be something ancient. Some people said a crashed craft of some kind.
They took samples, remember, and we looked in the documentary, not a documentary, into our live stream, and it was definitely volcanic rock, black volcanic rock. So all this is just bull crap.
Do you have any kind of? Is there anything you can say on what you know that it is, or what it definitely isn't?
Of course he knows.
You see,
if I tell you, you won't buy my documentary.
Like a sneak peek.
Yeah, we already started the process of collecting information for the next documentary, and I know I really want to support you, Oliver, and I love your channel. But if I give out all the information right here, right now, I'm guarantee you I'm gonna sit in SHIC bag, tea bag later tonight here. But what I can say will be that it's not a rock. I cannot believe in any second after everything we've been through.
You can see that guy's skirting the questions because he doesn't want to tell too much. He's saying it's not a rock, but we know otherwise, right? We saw the real analysis done by scientists of the samples. So more bullshit put up from Alien Addict there. No research done before having the guest on to be able to nail that guy down, right? If I was going to do a thing on Bolt at Sea, I would make sure I know more about it and ask them, well, this page here says the samples were Balsic volcanic rock. So why are you saying they're not rock? Anyway, that's third phase and all the dream team done. Okay, on to the next one, which is the GimbalFLIR. Now this guy here is saying, is the Gimbal UFO just a jet glare? Now, it didn't take me long to see that this guy was trying to compare oranges with apples, but we'll just play a clip of it anyway. He's got some good FLIR images. Hang on, I meant to unmute it.
Let's compare with other similar FLIR videos. Let's start off with differentiating IR glare from daylight cam glare. Sometimes they might resemble one another, such as if the sun was reflecting off of a reflective surface. Other times they differ, like the sunlight seen from above in optics. They're not always correlated. Jet glare can change.
Okay, so straight away we can see that craft is pretty close to the camera, right? And another thing is what we don't get in the gimbal video is HD footage of the plane. So obviously I reckon the military have got the HD footage and we're only just seeing the heat source. In this case it's going to be the engines.
Change appearance depending on a few factors such as focus, distance of the object, and the object's direction of travel. There's also some slight differences in the appearance of the object.
Okay, so we're seeing the end of the craft here.
Due to improvements in our technology, such as high def.
That's a lot better than what we got for the gimbal footage though, isn't it?
For example,
see, if they can do that with a zoom in, those F-18s can do that in 2015, I'm pretty sure.
Let's look at this FA-18 with an...
Okay, so you can see the strange interference pattern we're getting. Remember the double slit experiment? How it creates that ring effect, the cell look around bright planets and stars. And it's due to the properties of light. Remember, it can be a particle or wave at the same time. And it's got sine wave patterns of how it moves. And they can either add to it, which creates a ring, or it can cancel out, which creates a dip, which creates an empty void. So we're seeing some some interference pattern, not interlacing patterns going on here.
Older analog system.
So the other thing here we're seeing here is we've got the jet engines here, but we're also getting some heat off the slight wings as well.
There are halos around the object and obvious.
So you can start to see the wing temperatures tapering off here.
Plumes from the jet, and the wings are visible on the side. It doesn't change much as it flies off into the distance.
The only thing is he hasn't turned it back to regular picture again.
The digital system will see a much clearer and detailed image of the FA-18.
See, we don't even get that good on the gimbal video, right?
When in focus, there's still a faint halo and some pulsing. The wings are much more easily defined.
See how different it is from the regular. As soon as he switches back to thermal. See, that's what we're missing.
In this video, I'm alternating between the day cams, mid-wave infrared, and shortwave infrared. The one to watch for comparison will show as HDIR in the bottom left symbology, which is mid-wave like the FLIR. Notice the jet became visible as it banks left. Here's a larger plane, possibly a P3. The takeaway here is the jet plumes, the same change of appearance, and the plane appearing at that distance upon banking.
So, really, he hasn't got any footage that's really far away. Where the glare is actually bigger than the object itself, so the object has hidden behind the glare, as you saw with the Mick West experiment with the torch, right? But if he got closer to the camera, I bet you'd be able to see the outer edge of the torch, right? This is what's happening here. And of course, they're not straight on, not flying away. The side on and all that sort of stuff. It changes the whole thing as well.
This can also be seen on typical commercial aircraft. Jets have a distinct thermal signature to them that is quite recognizable.
But they haven't. No one knows what the gimbal one is, though. It could be like an experimental drone jet, right? That can do incredibly fast speeds because it doesn't have a pilot in it. Still doesn't mean it's alien. But this is where Mick could be wrong. Well, this person could be wrong. These are all getting the thermal energy, heat signature from engines, right? The pilot said when they saw this drone, or whatever it is, UFO, that it had no wings, right? So how can we get wing bits pointing out in that thermal image that we were seeing, right? And if they've got no visible engines, where's the heat signature coming from? So really the gimbal video, we could be looking at the skin heat of the craft rather than the engines, and that means what we're seeing is the actual shape of it, plus it's rotating a wee bit. But as we've seen, if it was actually a FLIR, we know it rotates with the camera internal workings. So even though it looks like it's rotating in the picture, maybe it doesn't sort of line up though, because if it was the skin of the craft, why does it sort of stutter as it was rotating around when it got to that sort of position where it's got to reset itself on the camera pod, you know, where it sort of goes 180 degrees again, while it's keeping the derotation. So again, I think it's a combination of internal workings, or maybe even the firmware does something, right? So Mick is working with assuming things, right? So we still don't know all the details. We got no radar, we got no actual video for it, and we don't know the firmware of the FLIR and all that sort of stuff that could do something different to the image. After all, it does the sharpening. Remember he was talking about the sharpening, where it makes it stand out from the background all the time? So the firmware is doing that, not the camera optics.
Helicopters have a significant amount of glare to them, and they usually can be identified quite easily due to the rotors, speed, and path of the aircraft.
It's a good library of images though, must admit.
Here's a gunship. It's quite obviously that this is an aircraft. You can probably make out the gun sticking out the side.
Well, I can notice the wings anyway. But again, it's very close.
Here we have two warthogs flying into the distance, also easily recognizable.
Yeah, that's very similar to the gimbal one there. But I don't see how that's recognizable.
Easily recognizable.
See? How's that recognizable? Only if you switch back to the other mode.
This is a quite distant Hawkeye. That's a thermal signature that is a little bit more spiky. Here we have a P3, in which the prop jets are easily seen, spiking, pulsing, movement.
Yeah, but really only need drones and fighter jets really, don't we? They're not going to have a prop plane flying over the sea. So,
followed by a P8 in the distance, which has just jets. Notice the similarities in the thermal signatures.
but as you see, as distance goes away, those two blobs sort of look like they're merging. There he's zoomed in, you see. What does an object bank? What does he mean by that? It would only bank if it was changing direction. The gimbal one doesn't change direction though, does it? The Nimitz one goes left, but it was always flying left, as Mick pointed out in his video. And we could be looking at the top of it. And the glare could be bigger than the craft still. So, yeah, still doesn't say either way. What we can say is it's either someone else's technology that's got advanced technology that are trying to prove something, or it's something that the Americans have and still have it under top secret, or it's alien craft. We're still no better off until we get some actual video footage rather than stupid thermal. I think this has just proven how unreliable thermal is. It allows you to see it when you can't see the object itself, right? That's the whole idea of it. So you can target your missiles onto the heat source. At least it will follow the heat source if it can't see the actual outside of the plane, right? So if it's far away, it's going to go after the heat source, and we ain't going to see the plane. So yeah, it doesn't solve anything. But anyway, if you want to have a look at that again, I'll post it down the site. I'll post it on the other chat window here. Was it Gimbal? Yeah, Gimbal. FLIR or object. I think you're just going to have to take the pilot's eyewitness accounts for the first one anyway, and the gimbal one, I don't think we've had too many people come forward on that one, have we? To say that they saw like a UFO type craft with that footage. But the Tic Tac one, plenty saw it, right? And they gave it their own visual description, which kind of fit the shape of the object in the thermal. So that kind of means maybe the first one where we're seeing the skin heat of the Tic Tac, right? Rather than engines. So I don't somehow think they would be using really hot engines if it can go into the sea, because we know that these things also have been seen coming out the sea, right? If it had hot engines, wouldn't it be cooking the fish and all the water as it's passing through? And it would be like leaving a sort of telltale dead zone as it's moving through the water. So yeah, again, Mick is right and wrong. You know, the glare thing does fit, but only if the information that you're assuming is engine heat, right? You still can't tell what it is. Anyway, enough on that one, I guess. So here's a post that he put out yesterday. I'll just catch up on what you're saying soon. Where he said, great compilation of thermal glares by Dave Falch. The commentary somewhat misses the point as he focuses on cases where the glare does not obscure the plane, which is basically what I saw too, unlike the gimbal video, but there's still some examples of that. So, like, as we noticed, there were some faraway shots where you couldn't see the plane. So yeah, again, Mick West is correct about the debunk stuff. What else have we got here? So someone's saying here it's their job to be on top of things, the pilots, I guess. And they had all the means to investigate what those things are, and it seems unlikely that they had not done it. So yeah, I think he's trying to say there Mick West is discounting the pilots' accounts. But the problem is David Fravor was one of the key components there, and this footage wasn't his, was it? It was like another plane they sent up. His didn't have the right pod, wasn't it? If I remember right. Oh no, gets a bit confusing now. It's going to end up being like the Roswell case where there's so much added onto it. And new witnesses are coming out the woodwork now, right? So it's a bit like the Roswell case, right? What else we got? Mike, you are so focused on the glare and FLIR rotation artifact that you don't see a forest behind the trees. Pilots are clearly flabbergasted by what they encounter. They refer having multiple contacts on their radars. And that's why we need the radar contact. Those are witness statements, and that is just what they are. Witness statements is about whether or not the videos are proof for impossible objects. Yeah, so that's another one that's discounting eyewitness accounts. I don't think all the pilots describing what they saw to be all wrong, right? If you just take even a fraction of each of the pilots saw, they're still seeing something that was doing hypersonic speeds and all that sort of stuff, right? Which wasn't the technology back in 2004. Or probably even now as well. So yeah, this Wix post on it if you want to have your say on it. They called him Mike there, I see, not Mick. I should have posted it on the other screen. But I've got to read your comments anyway. Mick West reply. I was pretty sure he'll probably do a response video to it, won't he? So you can see they're not always agreeing with debunkers. But I do see what Mick was pointing out in the artifacts, because we covered it in detail. And again, he's correct. We got no size reference, and the FLIR could easily be hiding the object behind. So again, we don't know if it's engine glare or skin glare. So yeah, it's just like a debate that's sort of running on half facts, and we need the full details, and that the government hasn't released it all. And I think the radar hits information would be the key stuff there as well, not just the images. It's like looking at third phase of the moon's playing videos, calling it a tic-tac, and then you have to look up in the software and see it's playing, and that's that location, altitude, blah blah blah. It's like only half the information. Once you look at all the information, then it all sorts of fits together. Yeah, more hopefully will come forward. We can only hope. So we lost a few chatters, have we? Yeah. JD, is he still here? What I saw him there. Did he say goodbye? Scrolled up to. I saw it then. Here we go. Cool, Rene. He might still be around. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. What's this one? Alright, so this is a channel called Off Sound, Mind and Body. Sounds a bit flaky already, doesn't it? Not too sure what kind of videos they got, so we'll have a quick look before we carry on. And it looks very conspiracy, Scott C. Warren type, as in Street Cat 1 type site, looking at moon and all sorts of other videos, which we've debunked many of those, just skimming through there over the years as well. So yeah, if we had to go through every one of these videos just to tell it what it is, it's going to take a long time. So we'll just pick on the one here that GooFon Radio put out, and so I think I'm going to answer it for you. So let's see if I can remember what it was now. Here it is here.
Their portion of the map has been covered up or edited out. Of course, that's only speculation at this point.
So we know moon photos are not taken like a smartphone, and it's made up of thousands and thousands of images at different altitudes, as we see on the Google moon. And if you zoom down at certain levels, you see you get more detail sometimes, and it gets more blurry on other places because they haven't mapped the whole moon all at the same altitudes. They only mapped the ones where they're going to do landing of spacecraft, or land the rover, of course, the rover. And of course, this comes from Scott C. Warren, and we'll get onto him in a minute. And this guy's just
take a look at it and be the judge for yourself. Let's enhance the photo to see if we can see anything a little better.
Yeah, stop right there. So the enhancement has brought out some details here, but you can see how he's zoomed in though. So if you zoom back out, we're about to see more of what was going on there. But you can see here we got stitching errors already. See this line here? That's missing data. And this line here is missing data. So if they got missing data there, then looks like we've got missing data going all through this image here. And it turns out to be, because they've played around with the colors, right? Made it, instead of being black with white bits, we now got sort of grey bits. And they're trying to say this is a building, but you can see here it's got missing data as well as what do you call it, missing color information. So there'll be probably a more complete image. This is the typical of Scott C. Warren and Street Cap 1 used to do, and now we've got these guys taken over in place as well. Now I don't know if they give us the location. So there's another one where he's turned it around. And you can see here straight away there's a line going through here. All the way through here. You can see it's been stitched from multiple days, right? Where it was brighter this side than it was that particular day when the satellite was orbiting. And probably the sun went behind, so when it was doing that one next, it couldn't pass it the next time. So they had to wait another day, and then the sun came back out, and then they started scanning more in. But you can see here, there's definitely some missing data happening, some little blocks happening. And it's going right through the image here. Two tones. And as Goofin would say, oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know what this could be. It does look like it's part of the image. That's a building. And that's all he says. So, let's see. Have they got any information on this one? Where are we going for time? Oh, we've done 3 hours already. Whoops. We're almost to the end anyway. No coordinates, and guess what? People that turn off the comments have something to hide. And 149,000 subs, right? So yeah, we got no location for it. And I tried to look on Scott's page here, which is called UFO Sightings Daily. And he likes to promote that he's been on Fox News and CNN and The Sun. To me, I wouldn't boast too much about being on those at all. I'm not sure about you guys. But certainly that would be a reputation killer, I think. And look, guess what he's put up here? The Cosmonaut one, which we did at the very beginning. And this guy does all this crazy enhancements of the lights, which I didn't bother doing, but you can see how pixelated it was even when Lion's Ground zoomed in a bit. So the colors here don't mean anything. Obviously it's got to be artificially colored probably. Right, because I don't think there was that many colors in it. I think if I did it myself, I bet I don't get the same results. So he's played around in the editor. Okay, so what's he saying it is? So, is he being careful not to say what it is? Here we go. The UFOs, so he's calling it UFOs. A colourful pink, purple. Well, if it's reflecting the sun of solar cells, right, we're going to get multiple colours like a prism effect. Meaning the aliens can identify the ships on sight by the colour code. Absolutely amazing confession from Russian Cosmonaut. Scott C. Warren, he's in Taiwan. He's probably a pedo, is he? He'll be the next one to be shown. I won't be surprised. Has anyone heard any more on the MUFON guy, Jan? His court case at all? Has anyone been following it? Has it gone to court yet, do you know? And have we got all the details on it yet? Or is it still mystery? But anyway, yeah, I'm not sure how we can search for this other one. Because at least Scott will probably give us, hopefully, information to the images. But it looks like it's not something recent. When was the video done? 2020, August. So the video is done recently. But I don't see it on Scott's page here at all. What was the time again? 11th of August, was it? So I guess it's probably around about that time. 14. Oh, look. We've covered that before. That's the cell look that you get through. Okay, interference patterns of the wave going through a double slit, which is called a camera pinhole. Which creates the interference patterns, and the scraggy outsides is because of atmospherics as well, where the light doesn't travel in a straight line, it sort of bends and loses or combines. But we need to look for the next page. Is there a next page? Older posts. We want the 11th of August. We want some information on the image. See, this guy just sees things in rocks. Just absolutely ridiculous. So what's this one? A dragon's foot. I don't know, what's he saying it is? Fossilized bones? Alien foot. There you go, creature, fossilized. Told you. And it looks like a big rock here with a little black basalt type rock behind. But yeah, he sees an alien claw. What have we got? Alien foot. Look, it looks like a foot. Got cut off of a statue, is it? What was he saying? It's a statue. Oh look, I like how they colour it here. It's just another weird shaped rock. You can see here how uneven it is, right? Found a human-sized foot. There you go. Funny, really. Cloud. Not sure what that is. A bug or something, probably. It could be a plane. That's loon balloon. Jellyfish. That's how ridiculous it is. You can see that's the Google loon balloon straight away, right? Jellyfish. Yeah, this guy's just raking in the money. People that suck their one up. Okay, what else we got? I didn't see anything for the 11th of August. We're now on the 10th. It's the Google loon balloon again. They're still testing it out, you know. So, I don't think we missed it. Unless it's not in order. 16th, and then where did the other bits disappear to? Unless he's deleted it off his website. known it was Stitching era. Older posts. Try another one. Moon craters again. Ancient spaceship found on Mercury. Okay, so that looks like, again, rocks in the middle, and we got low res happening, so it looks like something different, right? And it's reflecting the light off. You can see that these are actually those little round rocks they have in the middle. We saw 3 on the other photograph of the crater. This one's got 5 or 6 little rocks happening, and it's always in the middle. Why would aliens always build in the middle of the crater, right? It doesn't make sense. So, yeah. You could build anywhere. Why build it in a crater? Wouldn't you build it into the side of the crater, into a tunnel? That would make more sense. What are we looking at here? MUFON case number. We haven't even got to the MUFON cases. He's onto it. He must spend every day looking at it non-stop. So yeah, we need to probably look that up ourselves sometime. It's not a drone, but it does look like it could be an LED helium balloon. Doing some crazy analysis on it there. Pixelized, see? And you can see it's got little bumps in it. Which would happen if it was a LED helium balloon. One of those, not the latex skins, but the other type, where it sort of gets crumpled in. Anyway, keep on going. I don't think we're going to find that particular one this other guy's using with the stitching error, which is a shame because I wanted to find the original image. Because when you scan out elephant, oh my god, how'd you see elephant? Alright, he's saying that's the ear there, and the nose coming around this way, and that's the eye there, the side of the elephant. I love it. Now what's this one? Elephant as well. Pareidolia. You can see here it's a white rock, and it's a big rock behind. I love it. What's this one? White pillar. Poland. Okay. It could be a character balloon, or it could be even a weather balloon, right? Just assuming on that one. Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell. Don't think it is a weather balloon though. I think it might be some sort of character balloon of some sort. Looks like an arm sticking out there and legs going up. Of course, it could be just a funny shaped cloud that just happened. Where's the full picture? Oh yeah, right, it could be. Could be just a strange shaped cloud that just happened. Anyway, we'd have to see it on video to see how if it's keeping the shape, right? If it's just photographs, then we got nothing to go on. But it looks like it's only photographs here. Seeing things in clouds again. Looks like we're not going to find that one. Is that it there? No. It's just a white chunk of rock that looks like it's levitating. Optical illusion effect. It's actually sunken inside a crater, but looks like it's hovering above. So one more, I guess. What's that? UFO fleet, eh? China this time. And of course they have a lot of Chinese lanterns. So what are we looking at here? Looks like something in the sky. And of course they make the LED balloons as well. Yeah, until we see a video of it, we can't really tell. It looks like a video. Let's have a look.
天空中云层低垂，相当壮观，但仔细看却有一点一点的闪光，算。
Oh yeah. Okay. No, there's still photographs again. Could even be on long exposure, right? So something's coming down. He's saying they're light pillars. Natural thing, ice crystals. So it could be these vertical ones. But unless you saw it on the video, it's hard to know. Anyway, it's quite interesting. But not UFOs, is it? Oh. And more tic-tacs. Not too sure what he's showing there. Kind of looks artificial there. Looks like a maple leaf or something, is it? Kind of weird. MUFON case. Looks like a drawing. Okay, so it is a leaf of some kind. I swing right in. So where's the zooming? Out of focus. Oh, there. See little white dots moving through the sky. Okay. Which is consistent with a small Learjet. Right. Probably a Learjet. No apps used on it. UFO cloud. Boring. No, we're not going to get that cylinder. Okay. Time to move on, I think. So you can spend your days looking at all that garbage if you want to. But yeah, that's stitching errors. That one's just playing music. You can see here stitching errors, right? And in the other huts, we could see that there's a line of brightness as well as darkness, and it's going right through there. This image laid over image. Here we go. Another block, missing data. What was he saying?
All its glory. But what is it exactly?
There's a block of missing information.
We know that, allegedly, man has not been on the moon in decades.
Yeah, so that's obviously lost its color information. Ridiculous, really. It's from that blurry mess of trying to make a triangle out of it. Anyway, try to avoid that channel. That should be on a blacklist somewhere. Or Sound, Mind and Body. They got lots of crazy videos up. On to the next one, which again is Mr. MBB. The last two are on Mr. MBB. That's probably what we'll do tonight. And this one here, I'll see what you think of it. As soon as we can get to it.
Manitoba is brand new, less than a week old, exceptional footage. The first one we're going to look at is a triangle from Texas, video sent in by Jan. This too, quite exceptional. Check this out. And this video here, I could not adjust it very much. It simply wouldn't let me. I tried. I did get one enhancement out of this video.
I bet I can.
This is exactly how it was shared with me. Looks like a real light glowing red triangle parked in the sky above Texas.
Hey, do you see a red triangle, guys? Let's zoom in a bit.
And I'm going to zoom in here in just a second, and then I could only switch it over into one other format. Super, super stealthy craft here. Very quiet, no obvious lights, didn't appear to be moving. It's just sitting there kind of shimmering in the dark sky. Jan happened to notice it and took an exceptional video of this.
Yeah, so he's done some filters there. Notice how it's moving.
This craft here, I enhanced it, and this was the only enhancement that I could do. I never alter the videos, just enhanced to get a better look, and that's the best look I could get right there. And that was a triangle craft above Texas. This is a brand new video out of Manitoba, Canada.
Yeah, so let's go back.
Jan happened to notice it and took an exceptional video of this.
To me, that looks like it's got a thick bit here. To me, it looks like one of those triangle socks that you have for wind direction. You know how you get them, and you can see how it's shimmering there with the wind.
Here I enhanced it, and this was the.
And that sort of red socks as well, so that could explain the color. Wind sock, what do they call them? I reckon someone was filming a wind sock on a post. You just can't see the post there. Wind sock. I think that's what they're called. Something like that, but all orange one. Oh, there we go, all orange one. That's what I thought when I saw that video. Or it could be a triangle flag, of course, another thing, possibility. But it does look very similar to that one there. Further away though. What do you think on that one? Slice of pizza, Ken reckons. Where's Charles? Is he gone to bed? We lost him a while ago, did we? Charles will probably know. You also get those triangle flags at airports, don't you? Triangle flag on a post. Could be on a cord, which means we don't see the post. The other possibilities, it could be one of these triangle kites as well. Someone's flying and they've turned off the LEDs on it for the time being. Triangle flag. So let's have a look at these ones. So it could be something like this here. Could it be a golf course flag? Which again is used to tell the wind direction, that famous triangle shape. Kind of looks like it could be something like that, but it's pretty skinny though, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. Does fit that one. Fits that one better than a windsock.
Only enhancement that I could
See
do.
how it's sort of shimmering like a wave of wind going along it here.
I never alter the videos, just enhance to get a better look, and that's the best.
But it's, you can see here, it looks like a post that goes through there, right? So what do you reckon? 95% sure it's one of these flags on a post. I don't know if we can enhance it. Let's just grab it. The only other possibility could be a night kite, of course. Damn it. I hate this bug in this thing when you got 150 DPI set and it changes it on the browser. So this thing was in the way. Try that. I think we might need to get the one that's zoomed away though, because really underneath here is where you need to see it, I suppose. Where's it zoomed away?
A real light glowing red.
Okay, it's here on this page somewhere. Oh. There it is. Probably got too much selected. Oh yeah, let's see what we can do with my enhancements. He's just trying to do it with the video editor. Normally you have to rip it as pings and manually do it and then reassemble it back into video. But yeah, Adobe After Effects has got a lot of tools. I've never bothered buying a license, so yeah. I'm not sure what's available on it, but I know I can do it by hand, pretty easy. Let's zoom in a bit. CPU's plugging. Normally that means it's almost time to go. Who's with us still? Okay. We're getting near the end. And again, we've only just touched the surface of all the junk out there again, guys. It's never ended. Okay, we got brightness, which is what he's done. Okay. What's interesting is we've got this line going through. Okay, let's do color swap. And again, it's really suspicious. Some of it's cut off here so you don't see the pole. That's what they've done. See that there? It's definitely one of those flags, you know, triangle flags. And they've done something here so you don't see the pole holding it up. Could it be like one of those little triangle flags they have on the front of cars? And we're looking through a window that's wound down here. That looks like it could be a window that they've wound down. Tinted window. So it's we don't see it. Oh, it's all black. Yeah, looks like there might be something going up that way. I think we're looking at a flag on a pole. But no, it's a UFO. So what was the other one? Probably not worth looking at the other one. It's amazing how many people hoax stuff, isn't it? But Mr. MBB will be happy to put it up to make a buck off you. Okay. Well, quite a lot of money actually. A red flag. Oh. I flipped it around. No, didn't I save it from before? Definitely doesn't look like a triangle now, does it? You can see here it's got ripples. It looks to me like it's a post coming up here, and it's got one of those skinny rods going to about there to keep its shape. And that's just flapping in the wind. And that sort of rotates around if the wind gets strong. But like a wind thing, what do you call it? Vane. Wind vane. That's what I think it is. Anyway, enough of that stupid one. I just wanted to point that one out. And Mr. MBB again, being silly.
It's just enhanced to get a better. Looks like the side of a disc. Stop it here. No lights. Doesn't appear to be moving. Sitting at maybe a 20, maybe 15 degree
I got some other stupid video.
Angle with respect to the horizon. Not making a sound.
How can you say that's even remotely a disc?
Unbelievable.
It switched direction back.
Unique. I've never seen one quite like that. They're normally light.
Is he texting? Because he sounds like that NN guy, the nocturnal news guys. Unbelievable. He says that too.
Like the triangle craft, that was a very exceptional footage that came out of the archives. Much like this one here, Glenn out of Utah. I know a lot of you have not seen this footage. Very exceptional footage you're about to see, and Glenn does narrate. This is the original, and then I zoom in.
It switched direction back to the right. It's going north.
See that thing at the bottom there?
We're facing west towards Nevada.
It's obviously formed on a wrong direction, portrait mode.
From Utah.
So that's probably the ground. What's that, the moon maybe?
You can see the houses down here. Those are lights. This is not.
Okay, so you're saying the house lights down below? What's the other one?
And that's the original video in like vertical format. I zoom in 1080p. You're going to see what looks like 4 lights attached to something larger. Doesn't seem to be moving much. He did imply that it was moving a little bit. It changed direction. Looked like maybe it was, again, a mile or 2 away. Maybe a couple thousand feet off the ground, if that. But you're going to...
Well, it could have been 20 feet away. What a load of garbage.
Notice some other lights in the sky around these main lights that you see.
So it could easily be plane lights still. Again, no apps used, right? I don't know if it's Starlink satellites, but they don't seem to be moving. But anyway, moving on from that one. Just garbage. And the last one is this one here of SOHO again. And he's claiming that there's an object that comes in the solar system that's moving at incredible speed. What was it? Does he say here? Long interstellar spacecraft spotted flying behind the sun. Real McCoy. Yet he's not a SOHO expert, and he hasn't sent it to other experts to analyze it.
In front of the Earth looking at the sun. That's what we were just looking at. The bright object right there is Mercury. That's in the field of view right now of the SOHO LASCO C3 instrument. As it gets a little closer to the sun, it will go into the field of view of the LASCO C2 instrument, which is a closer field of view. What we're going to look at in this video is an object that comes from over here. The left-hand side of the solar system swings down behind the sun and goes back this way, like below Mercury. At least it appears to do that. It's a long ways away. It's not anything that's like the International Space Station.
So what is it? Bedtime? What's the time over there? Can't be that late, can it? No, is it 9 o'clock over there? What's it in Texas? Let's see. Eastern, it's only 9:30 p.m. 8 p.m. Central and Pacific, 6 p.m. There should be lots of people around. Anyway, let's carry on.
Or a spacecraft that I'm aware of because it's too far away. The space station orbits around the Earth, not out here in the middle of the solar system. This object that you're about to see comes across the solar system, travels about 20 million miles in just under 48 hours, moving at well over 100,000 miles per hour. When you first look at this thing, you're going to think, oh, it's just an asteroid, maybe a large Perseid meteor. Not the case. We're going to look at the video I put together right now. Again,
I'm not going to tell you what I
in my
think.
humble opinion, is quite unprecedented, calling this an interstellar spacecraft because there's no other way to describe it.
If it was, I think it would be on the news, right? I don't think I've heard any other interstellar things being reported on the news, apart from that cigar-shaped one last year.
Describe this thing. Check this out. These are images from August 7th, 8th, and 9th. You're going to see a craft. At first, it looks like maybe an asteroid, right? Definitely not a comet because it's not leaving a debris field behind it. Everything that comes through here that's got the personality of a comet is going to have some kind of a tail. The object that we're going to watch is right up here, moving this direction. Check this out. Quite fascinating. I've never seen any footage like you're about to see on here ever, and I've been observing
Notice all the
this
radiation spikes on it. That's all the radiation
many
you get.
years. There goes the object right there. Trust me.
See all those streaks? That's all cosmic radiation on the sensors or the electronics of the sensor, interfering with the CCD, right?
I'm going to take you in very, very close.
See that big thing that went across then?
To where you can see that that was not a typical space rock. It wasn't a
There's a lot of missing data there.
comet. Wasn't a Perseid meteor.
You can see
that
a
was
lot
something
of
entirely
different
different. Looks like it was
radiation
intelligently
spikes
designed.
throughout
See
that
it right
whole
there? That's
days.
moving, and that's
So-
original
So he's looking at this thing here that's moving slowly.
speed. That's way too fast to be any type of spacecraft that I'm aware of. Again, the space station orbits the Earth. The Earth is back here by.
So it was passing close to the sun, wasn't it? So let's just go back. Where is he first capture it? Here somewhere, is it?
Comet. Wasn't a Perseid meteor. That was something entirely different. Looks like it was intelligently designed. See it right there?
Yeah. So we need to track it throughout. Well, let's just keep
And that's original speed. That's way too fast to be any type of spacecraft that I'm aware of. Again, the space station orbits the Earth. The Earth is back here behind this instrument that we're looking through right now. Here comes the object again. Right
where does it start?
there. This is fast forward.
It is the
That's 2 days and about 10 seconds. And you can see it disappear over there below Mercury. Now we're going in closer.
was
The
this,
space station orbits the Earth. The Earth
So
is
what's interesting here is this stuff here is moving also, right? See this other stuff?
not a typical space rock. Wasn't a comet. Wasn't a Perseid
this one?
meteor. That was something entirely different. Looks like it was intelligently designed.
These ones
See
are
it
all
right
moving
there?
this way.
That's moving, and that's original speed. That's way too fast to be any type of.
So what's all these objects then? So what I think we're seeing here is what you call cosmic dust. I think it could even be ice crystals that are close to the camera, because these ones are moving along, and that one's just come off the scene over here, drifted down over a couple of days in front of the camera as it passes by. That's what I think it is, but I would have to ask another expert to see what they think it is. I don't think it's a planet, because if it was a planet, we see
spacecraft
that
that I'm aware
as
of.
they get close to the sun, right? That makes. This is why these things are most likely bits of dust, cosmic dust, and closer to the camera, because they're not creating any of those, the Blumen effect, you know, the very bright dots. They're very small. So you can see all the cosmic radiation. We're creating streaks and all sorts of stuff there as well. Noise.
Again, the space station orbits the Earth. The Earth is back.
Yeah, they're going in all different directions.
Back here behind this instrument that we're looking through right now. Here comes the object again, right there. This is fast forward. That's 2 days and about 10 seconds.
I just think there's a bit of ice that's heating up, and it's just got repelled along from the solar wind in front of the camera there. So just be careful what these people are trying to tell you.
This is definitely some sort of a craft. See it right there? Those are lights. That's not a rock.
Oh yeah, you're not going to see lights on the SOHO system, are you? 2 lights on a UFO. This is just how ridiculous it is.
If that were an asteroid or even a comet, it would be tumbling. I've seen too many of them on here over the years.
So there's obviously bits of ice or whatever moving in the direction. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you.
Went really close. There's the original speed. Now we're going to slow it down.
Goofon said he didn't know. But we do know. Man, I found some dog hair on my falsies. You've seen the episode where he pulls out a bit of dog hair between his teeth on the falsies. Hilarious. And yet his dog's meant to be cremated, so the dog hair must have come from placing his teeth somewhere outside his mouth onto something where it's picked up the dog hair from, right? So he's not going to tell you that he's popped out his teeth and stuck them in his pocket or whatever. But that's probably what happened on that particular episode. UFO mystery solved. Goofon popped out his teeth. So yeah, we never got into UFO Stalker again. But I promise next time we will only do UFO Stalker and forget about the noise and leave that for a Saturday maybe or something like that. Where eventually we'll get to look at some of the MUFON stuff. We'll just have a quick look. I was working through all the black triangles, wasn't I? Black craft or whatever it was. But yeah, let's just have a quick look at what they've got going anyway before we shut down for the night. So how are we going for time? Almost 4 hours ago. Okay, so we got lights and dots in the sky, clouds. Of course, they're aiming it at the sun, so it's going to cause lens flare. More dots in the sky. Clouds again. Probably not too much exciting stuff there, right? What else we got? Insects, birds, maybe. These ones taking ages to come down. Come on. More lights in the sky. Forest again. So we're going to be getting insects. Aiming at the sun again, so you're going to get artifacts. What's that one? Helicopter. Yeah, maybe a bug. So yeah, not too exciting so far. Next page. Just want to see if we're missing out on anything. Lights in the sky going. What's that one there? Don't know. Don't know what that is. Kind of looks like a street lamp or something. What's that one? Looks like one of those lead balloons again, eh? Little flat one. That looks like a O, letter O. Oh, so yeah, not too much exciting stuff on MUFON now. Here's something that might be a bit more interesting, but that looks like it could be a bird. Near a tower. Can't see anything in that one. Bird or bug there. 5 pages on. Yep. Oh no, is that the loon balloon? Oh, that's the one we saw earlier. So that must be the case number there. Must be a recent one that Scott C. Warren put up. What else we got? We've got an out of focus thing that Scott also put up. Planet Venus probably. Yep. People filming Venus or something. Out of focus. It always creates this pattern. Right, so we ain't missing out on much, but we'll probably do some MUFON stuff anyway. But anyway, I'll just wind it off there. We got through it. We can go back over there. We got 6 of you left. So I'll say good night now and just have a quick skim of the comments. I think we're pretty much there. I'm really tickled. I thought you were going to bed, Shelley. And again, she's a lovely and wise. Who are we talking about? I don't know. Comes first. Thank you, Paul. You know what I think it is. Which one was that? I can't remember now. Looks so much like a slicer. Yep, we went through that. There's a flag. A windsockle flag, a wind flag, yeah, for a golf course probably. My Ellie is coming in from work. Got a disinfector, keep her safe. Okay. Oh no, the Mushroom Chronicles, that's terrible. 8th grade. Isn't it B grade, that thing? If I remember right, that was terrible. Plex is gone. Did I scare him off? He's in Germany, I think. So what's the time over there? I thought it would have been the same as here. Is it? What is Germany? I've closed it down now. What is the time in Germany? Let's see if that works. Oh no, bedtime for him, 3 AM. So when it's my 3 AM, it'll be his 3 PM. Oh, that's why he's on when I'm going to bed. That makes sense. Okay, so yep, I'll probably have to skim the comments when it's processed. So I'm going to say good night. There was no questions or anything there. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learnt something. I know Robert didn't appreciate my debunks today, so too bad. Prove me wrong, I see. But anyway, gotta kick off the end credits. And see you Saturday. I mean, see you tomorrow. I mean, losing track of time. We may have the MUFON guy join us. I'll see if he's replied back. He might join me and Robert. If not this weekend, maybe another weekend, but we'll see. So we're going to be talking about UFOs changing reality tomorrow as one of our first topics anyway. Those on Discord, I'll see you there in the after show while the video process and I do tidy up. Thanks guys, happy birthday to me. I get some Jack Daniels, hopefully. I get one gift. Didn't get any donations today though. Too late. I'm going to click the end thing in a minute. Maybe you're doing donations tomorrow, who knows? You like Robert better than me, I know. Good night.